Hey guys, coming to you from my basement here, and my setup's not perfect for recording stuff here, and I'm gonna have my kids running around, maybe screaming, maybe interrupting a little bit. So I apologize for the craziness that's going on, but this is kind of the life that we're all living right now. So first thing I just want to say, I'm glad you guys are logging on here, finding ways to get better at wrestling. That's huge right now. And, it doesn't necessarily matter what you have, but the way that you attack it. If you're coming on here and you're trying to get better, you're trying to improve yourself, you're doing the right things. That's going to be big. And, we just have to remember that even if you have all the nicest stuff in the world and all the perfect situations, if your mindset isn't right, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get any better. You're not going to improve. You're not going to be great. You need to have that correct mindset to be able to really become a great wrestler. So, the big things, like I don't think you necessarily need a wrestling mat to get better at wrestling. You can do wrestling techniques and wrestling stance and lots of things. So I'll show you guys a few things here that you can do from home. Like I said, I'm in my basement. It's not perfect. I got a concrete floor over here, unfinished walls. I mean, it's not a great setup, but it's still a spot where I can get my wrestling skills better. Same thing with the equipment. You don't necessarily need fancy weightlifting equipment to get stronger. I'll show you some body weight things you can do to get yourself to be stronger, to get better. And another thing is that right now there's no competitions going on, but we shouldn't need awards to motivate us to become better wrestlers. We should have something bigger than the awards for why we want to get better at wrestling and why you want to improve yourself. So today my plan, like I said, I want to show you guys some stuff that you don't need a ton of things. You don't need a wrestling mat, you don't need a weight bench, you don't need all that stuff. We just need shoes, a pull-up bar. If you guys have outside going on a branch, or if you got a ledge that you can work on, anything like that'll be fine. And just an open area to kind of move around, and a wall will help with one of the drills I'm doing. So some stuff you can do here is running through some line drills and some stance to get your body warmed up and get moving. So if you can do line drills, it's great for your your abilities and your athleticism and moving your feet and your stance. So if you just get back here, just pop up on any kind of line. It doesn't matter. The line doesn't have to be perfect. I just got a tiny little thing right here that I'll be jumping back and forth on. So I'm starting with my feet together. The line is on my side, and I'm going to hop over the line, going back and forth, just making sure that I clear that line. As we're going, I'm only going for about 5 to 7 seconds. I'm going to start off slow and then get faster. So starting off slow and get faster. All right. Next one I'll do, same line, but now I'm facing it. My toes are facing the line. I'm going to jump forward and I'm going to jump back. Starting slow here and getting faster. All right, getting our heart rate up, getting our feet moving. Again, great for our wrestling, moving our feet. Now I'm going to stagger my feet. Facing the line, one foot's in front, one foot's behind. My feet are going to go back and forth. Starting here, going back and forth. All right, moving my hands, moving my feet. Now I'm going to straddle the line. The line is in between my feet. I'm going to bring my right leg in front, go back to the side, right leg's going to go behind. In front, side, behind. Now, we can start on the line, and I'm going to hop. Starting between the line, hop on the line, straddle the line. Now I'm going to go back the same way I came. All right. Now we're going to go kind of a 5-star pattern here. Feet are wide, jump on the line, jump them apart. On the line, together, apart. All right, just a good way to get our feet moving there. Now I'm going to run through just kind of stance and motion thing. So get down in our stance and just moving around. Doesn't have to be a ton of motion, but just getting down nice and low where I'm touching that ground and I'm moving here. Moving. Just making sure when I'm doing this warm up in my stance that I'm staying down nice and low. When I'm changing levels, I'm dropping down low, getting my chest over the top of my knee, and I'm getting in good position. So when I'm here, as I'm moving, I'm down nice and low. Got my legs bent, just kind of moving, and when I get down, I'm dropping, my chest is coming down low. Keep my hands with me. Hands are coming in here, dropping down. Dropping down, getting low, get ready to attack. All right, now that we got ourselves nice and warmed up there a little bit, now getting into our kind of technique and running through, making sure that we have a good stance. Our stance is our most important part of wrestling, I think, because that's the foundation for everything we do. If I'm in poor position to begin with, I'm gonna have a hard time attacking. If I'm in a poor position to begin with, I'm going to have a hard time gaining control. So, making sure our stance, we're getting down here, and we're comfortable. I don't have to necessarily be down super low. If this is uncomfortable, I can't attack. I can't move anyways. So I'm getting down low, but in a spot where I'm comfortable. Making sure I'm keeping those elbows are in. Elbows in, head position, hand position. Feet moving. Right here, I'm comfortable. Again, I don't have to be terribly low, but I don't want to be coming at guys like this. Straight legs, arms out here. Can't move very well there. I want to be down, legs bent, good position here. All right. Now when we're going our circling, we want to be able to move our feet again. Moving. Good position to begin with. This is the foundation for all my attacks. Now I have to be able to move my feet. I need to be able to get angles on my opponent. So as we're here, I'm working on circling. I'm going to circle, but when I circle, I'm not reaching at guys like this. I'm staying down low here. Low, attacking wrists, attacking elbows. Circling with my feet. Stepping to the side just a little bit, but I'm in a spot where I can attack out of there. Moving in little circles. Going both ways there. So again, I don't need a wrestling mat. Just right here on the floor, I can get in a good stance. I can circle my feet, working on getting angles, getting the corner on guys, getting ready to attack. Now another thing I want to do, when we go to attack a guy, I like to get my hands on him. But if I just come here and reach, I'm giving up my legs. All right, sometimes even with our leg forward and our backhand, even here, I'm not down very low. Sometimes guys can sneak underneath. So we want to get a kind of a habit where when I reach my hand to get contact, I'm dropping the other hand. So instead of just coming here, when I come in, I'm going to drop my hand. I come, elbow staying down, making contact, but my other hand is coming down low. Lead leg, opposite hand is going to pop, hands dropping down. So I'm attacking, I'm getting low. So now if my opponent attacks me, this hand is down, ready to help block. My hips are down low. Now I can defend a lot easier. All right, so hand that comes up, I'm making sure I'm not bringing elbow out to the side. I'm not coming over the top to club. I'm popping here. When I pop, other hand drops. So here, if I'm a left leg lead, I'm going there. Hands coming up, other hand's dropping. Hands up, other hand drops. hand's up, other hand drops. All right. Now another drill that I can do is we can work on same kind of thing. Brooke, I'm doing a video here. Sorry guys, I told you I might get interrupted there. So now we're going on the wall, and we're going to do a similar thing. As I'm attacking, my hand's coming up, I'm going to bring hand, and I'm going to drop down to a fake. So when I'm coming here, I've got my right leg forward, my left hand's going to go to the wall. When it goes to the wall, I pop the wall. Pop the wall. My other hand, I'm coming down here. Now I'm going to go shoulder, step in, and fake and come back. So it's a lot easier when I'm doing it to the wall because it helps me kind of propel myself backwards, helps get that down block on. And when I'm here, I'm going to pop the wall, shoulder, drop down. When I drop, this hand and my foot should be going to the wall at the same time. All right, so right here, pop, pop, come back up. Hand hits, touch the shoulder, drop our foot, and our hand touches the wall at the same time. Come back up here. Touch, we're getting low. Shoulder, step, tech leg. Use that left hand to help push us away. Okay, so I want to be careful. If I'm faking this out here, and I fake and I go back, that's when guys can re-attack my leg. So by popping them in the shoulder, I pop, I'm here. Now I'm using my left hand to kind of push them away, get myself back to help prevent that re-attack. But it's a great way, as we're getting motion, we're moving here, pop, pop, come back up. So I can move along the wall here, moving, get my motion going, circling, and goes pop, pop. Hand up, up, drop, come back. All right, so it's a great way to get a fake going, make that contact with our hands, but keep ourselves kind of out of that danger. All right. Another thing we do, again, no wrestling mat, we get to work on our down blocks. Stance in motion, right? Stance in motion. I'm here, moving around, moving around. Guy attacks, I'm gonna down block and circle. So as they attack, generally you're gonna be attacking that lead leg. Lead leg's gonna drop back, head and hands are gonna go down, and then I'm gonna work on a circle. All right, we're shooting that single right here, shooting single, down block, circle on it. I'm down blocking, I'm getting my hips down low, I'm getting everything down nice and tight there, and that leg steps back. So when I'm here, they're attacking that lead leg, they're going single. Getting that leg down, head's in the way, hands are getting down. Circle away from it. Attacking that leg, I'm circling away from the leg they're attacking. Here. Now left leg lead, same thing, they go for that single. Coming in there. We're moving around, can't attack that single. We're stepping this single leg back, hands are coming down, head's going down, getting down low. Circle out of it. They're shooting high crotch on us. They're going for that high crotch. As they come across, I'm going to step back and I'm going to turn. Get everything going away. Now, again, they're attacking this leg. I'm going to circle away from it. Getting that angle on them. Here, you go attack. Attack this one. High crotch. Step this back. Passing their arm by. Get everything by. Circling around. All right. So now, if we really want to get better, we can do all those things. Use that wall attack, use our circling, our down block, throw it all together. We can go for a minute, 2 minutes. You know, as you get better at it, you get longer and longer, however much time you need. So I can just do all that stuff on my own right here, without a wrestling mat, just an open space and a wall. Moving around, circle, circle, circle. Hands are staying down. My hand comes up, other hand comes down. Moving around here. moving around as I'm moving a circle, down block circle, come to the wall. So you just go on your own right there, combine all that stuff, and during this time, again, no resting mat, good. We got time to work on our stance and motion. It's hard. You should be breathing hard when you're doing this. You should be working hard. You know, if you really want to challenge yourself, you do this, you do it for a minute, do a couple minute goes, build yourself up to where you can move high and intense for 7 minutes. Very, very hard to do. Very time consuming, a lot of commitment, but the more you do it, the better off you'll be. All right, so now some more techniques we can do. Again, no resting mat. We can work on getting to our single leg without touching our knee. I don't want to drop to my knee on this concrete. I can still work on my attacks. No partner, no mat, that's fine. Right here, coming in, I touch shoulder, getting down low. Now I'm gonna explode off my back leg and reach for that high single right here. Coming down to high single. I'm working on, the big thing is my explosion off that back leg. When I need to attack, I can't try to drive off my front leg. I don't have any explosive power there. I need to power off that back leg. So I'm moving here, moving around, come down low, shoulder, low. A lot of times when this hand comes up to that shoulder, they're gonna be popping us in the shoulder. So that's a good time right here. He goes for it, I explode off that back leg. As he goes to my shoulder, I drop, explode off back leg, get both hands on the leg. Now I like to, when I get into that single, make sure that I'm clearing it up high right away, get my hips in, stopping that guy from hitting any kind of funk on us, and making it really hard. If I get here and I step around it, it's between my legs, guys got a lot of defensive moves. They got a lot of stuff they can hit. Once I clear it up high, my hips are in, there's not much they can do. So as I'm moving in my stance, I'm gonna move, left hand's coming up, elbows down, I'm changing levels, my hand's coming down. They're gonna pop me that opposite shoulder. I'm gonna explode off my back leg, lock up high, clear it up high, bring my hips in. So I can move on my own right here. Here, they're gonna pop me in that shoulder. Explode off, get to my single leg. As soon as I get this, I'm gonna keep running in, clear it high. Moving it up. So when we do this, hands coming up, other hands coming low. They're going to pop us. If I'm on it, I can use my hand, pop, and then get a hold of it. Pop, get a hold of that single. All right, we can do the same thing on the other side of the body though. Get to our high crotch position. Pop, high crotch. Again, exploding off our back leg. So now I'm here, and I'm going. This time, guy goes to pop me in the shoulder. I'm gonna pop elbow, and when I pop, I'm gonna step, explode off that back leg, getting my high crotch, not extending myself to reach it. I'm bringing my hips into this one. Hips are underneath. I get a hold of them. This leg stepped in. Now my trail leg needs to follow. Kind of a snatch high crotch right here. Oh, getting in, pop with our hips up high. Right here, pop that. Similar step to that single leg, but now we're on the other side of the body. Hooking inside just a little bit. Trail legs coming in. Hips are coming up. Using my head to drive that guy to that far leg. I'm getting in. I'm lifting the leg up high. Getting them to this far leg, making them hop away. Here. Oh. And moving up with it. Hips are coming in and moving them up and towards the guy. It's all about our hips on these, especially these high level attacks, getting those hips in. I go single leg, my hips are coming in, my hips are underneath me. I'm in very good position here. I got a hold of that leg. Worst thing that happens on that high single, guy steps back. I'm still in a good stance, ready to keep attacking. Pretty similar to that high crotch. I'm not shooting across that body and really reaching. I'm not giving up that angle. I'm right here kind of going straight on and attacking. So as I attack this, if they circle on it, my little leg comes up. I'm okay. I'm still in a good stance. Head's in the way, hands are in the way. I'm on my feet, ready to move around. Okay, now next thing I'm gonna do is work on our explosive bottom wrestling. When I'm starting on the mat here, this is kind of my number one move off the whistle, all through high school and all through college. First move, just exploding up, getting to my feet. Not so concerned about hand control or what they're doing. I just wanted to get to my feet as fast as I could. The last thing I wanted was to be here and have that guy bumping hard into me. Bumping my elbows forward, pushing my hips side to side, doing all that stuff there. So again, concrete floor, not a problem working on this. Get down, my ankles, I'm getting them flat to the mat. I'm getting myself arched, bending elbows, placing them lightly on the ground. I'm using this elbow bend so I can use that to help explode. So when I go here, I'm gonna explode up, throwing my hips up and forward. My arms are helping propel myself up into the air, and then I'm gonna land staggered on my feet. So I go here, landing staggered on my feet. Okay, that's my number one goal. Go from the ground up to my feet. Once I'm on my feet, then I can worry about how to get away from the guy. But I'm on my feet. I've got the head start. I'm dictating where we're going with this. Starting down here, ankles are flat, knees are, about shoulder width apart here, hands going light on the mat. Going nice and light, got a good arch in my back, helping to stop as much pressure from that guy as I can. Now off that whistle, I'm gonna explode. I'm using those elbows, straighten those out to explode myself up. Then I'm gonna use my hips going forward. Get myself staggered. Once I get here, now I'm good. Now this guy, I don't care if he locks around my waist, I don't care if he tries to go up around my head, or if he tries to go over my arm, whatever he tries to do, I've got a way to get out of that. But the important thing is I'm up on my feet, my hips are underneath me, and I'm in a good athletic position right here. I'm in a good spot. I'm ready to go. Okay? Instead of getting bumped forward or guy doing any of that stuff, I'm getting the first move, getting up quick, getting in good position. Okay? So one more time here. I'm starting down. Okay? If you can't get that good explosion with having your ankles flat on the mat, I think it's okay to have yourself up here too. I just find it best to give as few handles as possible. I don't want to give up my ankles. If I can keep them flat on the mat, I personally think that's a much better way to go. But if you can't explode and you need to do this, I think it's okay. Just this is better. Now flat, knees are wide. I'm getting my position, getting bent here, elbows are bent. Now I'm going to explode. I explode and I stagger my stance when I get to my feet. Here, stagger my stance. You can see my position. My hips, my legs, I'm strong here. Now what happens most of the time when we get up to our feet, you guys are going to end up locking around our belly, right? And going around our waist, trying to pick us up, trying to bring us back down to the mat. And that's what I'm planning on. When I get there, I'm here, I have my hands free. I'd rather have my wrists free instead of giving up a cross wrist. So when I come up, I land here. As soon as I feel that lock, I'm bringing my thumbs inside and I'm pushing them down towards my forward leg. All right, came up here, they lock, I'm coming here. As soon as I do this, you can see my hip position. I'm going forward with my hips and I'm straightening my arms. So now I'm creating distance between my hips and my opponents. I'm extending their arms, I'm getting a hold, and now I can turn and I can cut away. I explode up, get a hold of them right away. Here, thumbs are going underneath their lock. I'm extending this, popping my hips forward, using that right there, sinking down. If I get here and I still feel like they're really strong, I sink my hips down. You see how I step my foot forward? The forward leg goes forward and my hips go down a little bit more. As soon as I do, I can go ahead and grab this. Now I can turn and cut away. Go here, explode up, keeping my hands free. I don't want to give that cross wrist. As they're trying to fight cross wrist, maybe I can get a hold of something there. Now we can turn and cut. Most likely, they lock around our waist. When they lock, I'm getting my thumbs in there. I'm extending this down, push it towards my lead hip. Right there, going towards that lead hip. Getting a hold of it, turning and cutting. Now, there's some finer details. I mean, if the guy's whatever hand's on top, we usually want to push it to that hip. But in this situation, I think it was best when I got up, my legs forward, I'm just going to push it right there. Getting it as fast as I can, not giving them a chance to get a tight lock, giving them a chance to adjust, giving them a chance to do any of that stuff. So I want to get there, get it up, put it on my lead hip as fast as I can. All right, another way that we can get out, what happens a lot is guys will come over the top of our arm. So when I explode up here, they reach over the top like they're trying to chop and bump me. If they're over this arm, all I'm going to do is shrug my arm up. Okay, if they're over the top, they're giving me an out. They've reached over, I'm good. They're over the top of that elbow. I shrug this up, try to lift this as high as I can, and then I just step underneath to get away. So if that guy's starting on top, that chop and bump, I explode up, and they hang on to my elbow, I'm in a better position even. That's even better than if they try to lock around my belly. If they're over the top of that elbow, I lift that shoulder, I turn it as much as I can right there, and I step underneath. So you explode up, guys over the top of this arm. They're over the top, maybe they got a hand on this waist, I step right here. My body's just turning. I turn, lift that up, step underneath. Now my stance ready to go. So as we explode up, boom, we land. Guys over our elbows, I gotta feel that. As soon as I feel that arm over the elbow, just shrug it. Shrug it, bring that elbow high, step underneath. Okay, real simple thing, but it makes a huge difference. If we can get away from those guys, we can get that first move, get up to our feet, get things going, stay one step ahead of them, we're gonna be doing much better. I think bottom wrestling is no different than our feet. We need to get setups, we need to move, and we need to get that guy out of position. So when I'm on bottom, I get that first move going, his hips are away from mine, he's out of position. As he's trying to recover, I'm staying one step ahead. I know what he's going to do, and I'm gonna react before he gets to his spot. All right, so now, talking about some strength stuff. So when we get in here, it's great to have equipment. I'm not saying that you shouldn't find a weight bench. If you can get some squats and stuff going, that you shouldn't, because it's great. Having those tools are definitely beneficial. But I'm telling you, you don't need them. You can get stronger. You can push your body. You can push your limits with nothing more than your body weight. And I think a pull-up bar is one of the best things. So what we can do for our strength circuit is we can do 5-second negatives. We can get into our positions and we can just do things, and we just, for each rep, we're gonna go down and hold that for 5 seconds and then explode ourselves back up. So what we can do is our push-ups. We can do, whatever you can manage. 3 sets of 10 is a great start, and each rep is gonna be a slow negative, 5-second negative, come back up, making this as hard as it can be. Push-ups, nice and easy, but we just go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you say 10 reps there by 3 sets, giving yourself a little bit of rest in between. And if that's way too easy for you, do a few more reps. Instead of 10, hit 12, hit 15, whatever it needs to be. But make sure your reps are good reps. I don't care if you're doing 100 push-ups, if they're terrible push-ups. So get in here, get yourself in good position, going down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As many good reps as you can there. If you hit 10, take your break, do 2 more sets. Next thing we do is we can do some negatives on our pull-ups. All right, again, pull-up bar, super helpful. not 100% necessary. If you can find a tree branch, you can do whatever you can get yourself to, get it done. But similar thing, we're going to pull ourselves up and then lower ourselves down slowly. So starting here, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you do 10 reps there. So again, the whole point is not to throw ourselves and get ourselves up any way we can. Do a good pull-up and lower yourself down slowly. If you can get 10 of these, awesome. If you can't, do what you can, take a break, do 2 more sets. But again, the big thing here is that 5-second count, lower ourselves under control. So I'm not throwing myself up. Right here, going up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So hitting 3 sets. Again, 10. If you can't do 10, do what you can. If 10 is too easy, then do more. Making it harder on yourself. But those negatives are going to really help get that muscle under tension, help it grow, help it get stronger. Another one we can do is handstand push-ups. Help get those shoulders going. So we just get ourselves against the wall, get on your hands, and do the same thing. Right here. Get ourselves on that wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So get yourselves going there. I don't know if you saw that one, but get on our handstand. Same principle. Lower yourselves down 5 seconds, going up. Lower yourselves down 5 seconds, going up. Hitting 3 sets of 10. Same thing as the last 2. If you can't get 10, do as many you can, and then hit 2 more sets. Starting here. So hitting 10 if you can. Next one we can do now is reverse grip pull-up. So the first one, I like doing my pull-ups this way. I think going that forehand grip is the best way. I think it builds that important forearm for wrestling stuff. But obviously the reverse grip is also a good one. Focus a little bit more on your biceps. Sorry here. Same principle though. We were going down. I'm not throwing myself up. I'm pulling up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on this one, I'm going to say hit 3 sets of 8. If that's too easy, do more. If it's too hard, do what you can. Now we can do triangle push-ups. We're getting ourselves in a little bit tighter. Instead of having our hands at normal push-up position, we're going to go tight. Tight, help build those triceps a little bit more. Same thing here. Coming down. When I go down, I'm going to try to get that triangle up high. Instead of being down here, I'm going to try to get it up high. If you can hit your nose, that's even better. If you go down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You hit that nose, great. But I think the higher we get it, the better off we're going to be there. So on those triangle push-ups, try to hit 3 sets of 8. Next one, hitting leg drops. This one we can do anywhere you've got an opening. I've got my bench set up here. When I do this, I'm getting my feet up, hold myself. So if you're in a doorway, you can hold the doorway, whatever you can, going up, and then lower yourself down slowly. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, hitting 3 sets of 8. Again, if you don't have a a bench you can hold yourself onto, you can just go in the opening of a doorway, grab onto it for balance, legs up, keep your body straight, and drop it down for 5 seconds. Kind of important that I'm keeping my body as straight as I can. You watch my body. When I do this, I'm not dropping my legs down and letting my butt touch. I'm keeping my body as straight as I can. Here, lowering my whole body. Whole body. That's going to make a big difference in that core stability for our wrestling. And then the last one we can do for our legs, just hitting some split squats. I'm going to go 3 each leg, coming down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump up, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So hitting 8 with each leg. So on that one, we'll go down and we'll do 16. Go 3 sets on that. And again, with all these lifts, you can make it harder, you can make it easier, you can do what you need to do, but we want to build in to those kind of things. I think there's a lot of other things we could do, help ourselves get stronger. If you need any ideas, feel free to reach out to me or any of those guys. I know we've had a lot of people on this posting videos, and there's a lot of knowledge out there. So whatever help you need, find that help, and just keep pushing yourselves. So big thing, like I said, is the mentality. We want to make sure that we know why we're doing things. I think too often people just kind of get into a routine, they start doing things, but they don't really think about why they're doing them. Why do you wrestle? What is it that you love about wrestling? What is it that you're trying to get out of the sport? I think you need to define your why, and it needs to be something bigger than yourself. Something bigger than just, I want to be first place. I want to win. I want to be the best. What is it about being the best? Why is that important? What are you going to do with being the best? Is it just to showboat and, just an ego trip? What is it? For me, it was something bigger. I wanted to have an impact on others. I wanted to help people out, and I kind of want to use that platform to help, spread the message of my faith. But, whatever your why is, make it something bigger than just yourself, especially because when we get into times like this right now, we don't have those awards. We don't have the glory of stepping on the mat and being number one, of going out there and, showing off all this hard work. We don't have that. If you don't have that, well, then why are you doing it? Again, for me, this is to help with the platform, help get myself better, and, really just help set myself up kind of for the rest of my life. Another thing with this mindset is, make sure you guys are controlling what you can control. My wife, she teaches, math at a community college here, and, she shares some stories with me about some students, and it's just hard to understand where they're coming from, because they're worried about things that they cannot control. They're asking my wife to talk to other teachers about, the amount of work that kids are being given right now, and just things that, again, these students have no control over other teachers. Instead of worrying about the other teachers and what they're giving, they should be just worried about doing their work. They should be worried about getting good rest, getting good sleep, trying to make everything as normal as possible, and again, controlling what they can control. Right now, we don't have a wrestling room. We can't control that. We can't control that we can't go into the room. Right now, we're on these stay-at-home orders. Well, that's what we're given. Good. I have a chance to do my stance and motion on my own, to get a bunch of work in there. I got something I can do. We don't have a weight room. Well, good. There's no weight room to get stronger. Fine. I can hit push-ups, body weight stuff, pull-ups. I can find ways, innovative things to make those harder. I can do, simple negatives. Negatives make things hard. You don't have a partner. Good. You don't have a partner. It's just me going down there. I'm figuring out why I'm doing this. I'm working hard. I'm putting in the time. I'm putting in the effort. I'm getting myself better. and I can do that all on my own. So, you heard me say good a bunch of times, and that came from, the guy Jamel Tidwell. He's a kind of brother to me growing up, and he's a 3-time All-American at Augsburg. And, he says, guys, anytime you reach a problem, say good. You can't control that a problem happened. Good. I lost the match. Good. I learned. I got better. I'm figuring things out. I pushed myself. That guy beat me. He was better. That means I went up and I tested myself. Now I know what I need to do. Now I know I need to work harder. Now I know the technical things I need to fix. Anytime you reach a problem, if you can reach that mentality and you can say good, then you have that right mentality. You're looking at the problem. Instead of dwelling on the problem and letting it manifest, we're using that problem as a learning. That's just a little hump in the road for us to get better, for us to improve ourselves. And, part of that too is we've got to give everything we've got. I can't just go through the motions. When I'm doing these workouts, when I'm doing my stance and motion on my own, I can't just kind of tiptoe through it. I have to give 100%. I need to give full effort in every single thing I do if I really want to get better at anything. So, that goes for our family. You want to spend time with your family, be there, be engaged, talk, learn, develop those relationships. When you get schoolwork, I know school sucks sometimes. It's hard, but it's hard. Anything worth doing in life is hard. It's difficult. It's difficult to get schoolwork done. But when you get it done, again, you're developing yourself as a person. You're learning. You're getting really good, valuable skills. Give it 100%. When it comes to wrestling, that's the easiest part, I think, to give 100%. We all want to be great. Give it your full. Anytime you go step in the foot on the wrestling mat, anytime you go to do your stance and motion on your own, you go to do your lifts, whatever it is, give it 100%. Anything that you choose to do in life, or anything that you need to do in life, give it 100%. That's take it with that mindset. I've got this problem, good. I'm going to give it 100%. I'm going to get through it. Not only am I going to get through it, but I'm going to get better because of it. Going through tough times is going to make you tough. When things are easy, it's easy to be a tough guy. But when things are hard, you have to mentally get down, figure out a way to get it done, and get better. So having the right mentality is it's a huge thing in life. It comes into play, especially in our wrestling matches. But anything we focus on gets magnified. When we focus on the problem seems larger than it actually is. So when we go there and we focus on that negative, it makes it larger. It exasperates our feelings. We have these negative emotions, and all this stuff is going wrong, and we keep thinking about what's going wrong, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So if we can focus on the positive, focus on what we need to do, and how to overcome it, now all of a sudden that negative feeling shrinks because our focus is on the positive part of it. Something went wrong. Man, I got a bad test on a bad grade on a test. Good. Okay, I know I need to do better. I need to study harder. I need to get into my books. I need to figure things out. I need to spend more time and effort on this. And I know as I focus on what I need to do, my grade will get better. But if I just focus on, man, that was a hard test, I got bad, all of a sudden that test just weighs you down. And now you don't open up your book. And now the next test rolls around and you do even worse. And things just kind of snowball from there. So if we focus on our positives, focus on what we can do to get better and to make ourselves, improve, life will just get a little easier, because bad things happen to everybody. Life is hard. Difficult things happen. You run into bumps in the road. And if you dwell on them, those bumps become mountains and they make it even, harder to get over them. But instead of focusing on that bump, we focus on the road ahead. It gets a little bit smoother. Things get a little bit better. You keep making things. So, hopefully you guys learned something from this. I had some fun doing it. It's, not easy for me to sit here and talk for, all this time. Got my kids upstairs and, they're running around. And I just want to thank you guys though for tuning in, finding ways to get better at wrestling, being creative during these, difficult times. But make sure you guys keep working hard. Again, everything you do, give it 100% effort. Work hard. Stay positive. Always focus on the road ahead. Focus on where you want to go, what you want to be. Don't focus on what's in the now. Get over those humps. Keep yourself getting better. And just have some fun with it. Life is fun. Wrestling is fun. Everything we do is fun. You know, again, doesn't mean things aren't going to be hard at times, but once you get through them, things are awesome. So thanks again for tuning in, and you know, I'll catch you guys later.